What's good, everyone? It's your boy Brandon Houston, and today we will be sharing. I'll be sharing today's Bible verse with us. So, with that being said, let us begin. Today we'll be looking at Revelations chapter 3, verse 20, and I'll be reading from the NIV version off of my tablet. Also, to let us know this is what Jesus is telling us. Now, this is what it says. Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me. At first, if you don't, go past the verse, keep looking throughout the chapter, and thank God for the Bible verse of the day, which they got videos that other pastors, other God-fearing people, they give more insight on what it could mean to to us. Sounds kind of simple, right? God's coming in, ready to eat, eat with us, chill with us. But I took it two ways. And what I mean is that let God in every single situation we are going through. For perfect examples, and I will say these are like the good parts. I know I struggle when it comes to taking tests, sometimes schoolwork. I have a disability and it can get frustrating from time to time. But I know that God done helped me with not just leaving me astray since I've been in school. I have seek tutors. I have seek extra help from classmates, from my church family. And to be completely honest, that's the only reason why I got A's and B's and C's. Those are nice too. But that's because I asked God for all those things. I would have never pursued this if I did not ask God. And that's what's been getting me through all of that. Me trying to be a little bit better on my diet. I have seen a lot of godly people on social media. There's a lady right now that does her own gardening, her own planting. And when I tell you she's inspired me to add more vegetables to my diet, brother still eats healthy, but to eat more vegetables. I'm glad to have her teach me that. And then God helping me to get up every morning and motivate me with the motivations I listen to, with the verses of the day, of course, and to go to the gym and work out. Stuff like that is a motivation for me, and I thank God because God is the reason why I can do all of that. And sometimes my job can get frustrating, but at least I have one. I look at it like this. God don't have to do nothing for us. And I know it kind of sounds grimy to say it like this, but when we are first born, that's it. The doctor, our mother, nothing. They don't have to care for us. Thank God that God put people in our lives that raised us, good or bad, and be completely honest. But I'm thankful to have a family. No matter how much we bicker or fight, they got my back. That's one thing for sure. And I just thank God because he don't have to do anything for me. But that's where God wants us to come to God for all our good situations. There's been plenty of ideas that are good intentions that I done had. And even though they sound good, goodwill, all that type of stuff, if we do it through God, that's a whole nother bigger level that we can get through. like us wanting to, learn a book, or us wanting to learn a different language, or just whatever we think that is positive. Let us just be like, you know what, God, I'm thinking I want to pursue this right here. Now, of course, it goes three ways. It's either going to happen right then and there, happen a little bit later, or not at all. But when we do it and ask God for the guidance, it's so much easier, to get a better understanding. Now, that's something that's positive to me. Now, the stuff that are negative, like I said, I know I got my own sinful ways. You guys have your own sinful ways, and the stuff is a struggle. And I know I've been fighting to get just to not have this keep happening to me, because I hate it so with my own issues. But I want us to know, if we let God in when we're going through the temptations, or when we're going through a certain situation that we just can't handle, and we ask God, please protect us, please guide us, God will. I promise you, God will. We have to let God in. That's the deal. Now, doing that is going to teach us this a couple things. And what I mean by this is that if you asking God to come help you out with a situation, he might not be gentle about saying what he's going to say to you. To us. I want to make sure I say that like that. God can sometimes be like, you want the help? Stop right now. You should be ashamed. And the crazy part is that he's doing that with love. He says that with all love. But we really have to let God in. And I remember hearing this off of the video today on my Bible verse, and then a couple times off of it's a certain YouTube godly thing where they give you godly dreams, godly motivation, godly empowerment, godly individuals empowerment about yourself and stuff like that. But please know this: anything that seems negative, anything that feels like telling you we can't do this at all, that back voice, I think is how you say it. Oh yeah, that's the devil. And one thing my grandfather he taught me a while back. I guess I'm kind of learning that still now. He was a responsible man, and you take credit whether it's good or bad on whatever happens. If you did it, you did it, you correct it, or you be proud of it. And since me doing everything through God now, I can't just say that it's on my will, where if I messed up or if I achieved something. That was God that was helping me. That was God that was guiding me. But there's going to be a voice from the devil, and I have gotten that a lot 2020 when I started following God full-heartedly. The devil wanted me to feel his wrath, to the point where I had to kind of break down and cry and be like, you need to get off my back. I never felt that before. There was no reason for me to feel bad, and that was the devil has to be on me. But every time that happens now, I know that there's a voice saying, please stay on my path. I'm telling you, if you just listen to me, I got you. And that's God trying to speak to me. And I want you to know that's God trying to speak to us. Once again, we struggle, sinful ways. We don't want to get caught in it, but it does happen from time to time. But if we can really just key into that voice that's just saying, I know what you're thinking, I know what you're going through, I know what you want to do. Hear me. There's a better way to do it. And sometimes that means getting up right then and there and just walking. Well, no matter where you are, just walk off or just walk around. Or that means turning on a certain show to kind of get your mind off of it. Or do a certain activity. Whatever you need to do to stay off of whatever the situation is, do it. The devil comes to destroy. Never nothing good. And that's point blank, period. But God has been teaching me that because, like I said, there were certain situations where I was like, I'm just going through it, God, and I need to hear if I need to either stay here or if I need to like leave, because I could easily just leave and not ask God nothing. But that does not mean everything's going to work out. Sometimes God places us in certain areas with certain people to get a lesson. We have to ask God what that lesson is, and we have to also be patient to figure out what that lesson is through God. Because, yeah, I have certain situations I can't control, certain people that I don't always agree with. I even said that last Sunday. But now that I know I don't have to put all of that on me and go straight to God about it, and it just makes it easier. You can get frustrated. I understand we all get frustrated. But let us come back to God to really get that true answer and that true guidance. Today's verse was very nice. I every time I read these, I always get something from it, and I always try to. And I suggest that, we should try to, because this is kind of off of, not so much off a note, but when we read these verses, I hope that we are actually listening to what the message is saying to us. We can hear it, but if we're not, if we're not receiving it, I think that's the best way to say it, it doesn't matter. Let us receive every single message that God is telling us that's going to work for our good. I didn't do this a whole lot this month, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't really feel the whole Black History vibe this month. But I do pray, and I do hope that everybody had a lovely and a Black History Month. I mean, not to be all flashy and dashy, but I did want to wear my shirt today. You know, since we're coming up on the last couple of days of Black History Month. But whatever you guys did to celebrate it, be proud. And that does not mean you just have to be in the Black race, but to understand where the culture, understand where the love comes from, be proud of this. I know I love everybody that I have seen post stuff or celebrate or just talk about Black history. Like I said, I didn't do too much on my end. Pray that I do a little bit better when it comes up again, of course. But I know I am number one proud to be a Black man. Will never complain about that at all. And I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of that. And I just wanted to make sure I said that before anything, before I got off of here. Yeah. But once again, with God everything, without God nothing. Have a blessed day. Deuces.